Alrighty, folks. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Today is April 26, 2021. My name is Bojan Petreski. Go by Bo, easy to say and remember. Today, we're going over the Futures Now session on our channel here with the Trade with UFOs. We'll be looking at intraday trades, looking to go short and long, depending on whatever the market opportunities present. As for today, if you haven't already, please definitely follow this link here, tradewithufos.com/Boyan, so you can access a pretty, I would say, interactive board of questions and answers between ourselves here, the instructors, and everybody in between. Um, Before we get started, the disclaimer is right there up above for you. That the following these videos, clips, and demonstrations are for educational and instructional purposes only, right? So this is something for yourself, for your information. And before we get going into the length of the lingo over there, let's go ahead and get started with our session today. So what are we doing? We're gonna open up TradeStation. We're gonna go ahead and open up the uh, short-term time frame workspace, and we're gonna see what is going on with the markets today. We're gonna see if we have any opportunities in front of us, if we have anything to take immediately, or if we have some time to maybe talk about a few things, just analyze a few things. If you have any questions or comments or anything, you could definitely utilize, depending on where you're coming from, Facebook, YouTube, Vimeo, any one of those should be okay. Um, let's just see here. Okay, everything looks like it's been loaded okay. And folks, if you don't mind, feel free to say hi or just, give us a quick shout out in the chat box. Whatever you're, wherever you are along the journey of trading, whether you're just getting started, whether you're just, an intermediate trader or a kind of a veteran trader, just feel free to go ahead and say hi and then let us know how's it going so far, how's everything going, and so on. Okay, so the first things first here we're gonna go ahead and look at is obviously we're looking at before we even open any charts, any workspaces, anything like that, we need to take a look at what that climate is and what the condition of that climate is, right? Is it an up climate or down climate? And we know that by looking at the blue, the gray, or the red color in this column where it says climate. Okay, and as we see right now, we have a few of them that are near sensible, long and short. However, they're not a confirmed climate. So that means that we can't, we don't have a direction of it yet. Even though it's nearby, probably the moving average and the ATR is rather, low or insignificant or even negative, meaning it's time for a climate to change. We don't have a confirmed climate. Therefore, we're going to go ahead and skip on these for now. Now, the ones we do have a confirmed climate for is silver, the 30-year note, and the Dow Jones 240-minute climate. So I'm going to go ahead and open the 240-minute Dow. All right, and it looks like I do not have the 240-minute Dow saved here, so I'm going to open the 60-minute Dow, and I'm going to go ahead and put this together for you right here in front of us while we're in the session, just so you can see, where we come up with this stuff. It's not just made up. Believe me, there's a method to the madness here, and what we do you look at is this snapshot here, where we look at the equivalencies between the time frames and the edge time frames. So as you see here, we have the Dow right there, and as you see for the edge time frames, we're going to utilize the 21-minute, the 2584 share bar, and the 1597 tick bar. All right, so let's go ahead and get that put right here. So this one is obviously going to be 21 minutes, as we said. This one, we're going to change the 240-minute time frame. The share bar, we said, is going to be a 2584. And the tick bar is going to be the 1597. Yes, just making sure. All right, now the reactive ones, while we don't typically use them a whole lot lately, I'm going to go ahead and put these so they match properly. 610 and 377. I'm going to go ahead and save this workspace as, and I'm going to put this as the YM 240 minute. There we go. All right, so now that we got the proper time frame, the proper setup over here, we're going to take a look and just to double check again, right? We see that we have a near sensible long on the Dow on the 240 minute. Okay, so now we need to find out, see if there's any chance that we have a setup somewhere nearby this near sensible long on this 240 minute time frame climate. Um, Looking at it off the bat here, it does not look like we have anything nearby, right? The moving average, which is shown right here, the moving average exponential, 33,932, is just right. I would say right here where we don't have a UFO. Uh, Same thing with here, and same thing with somewhere around here. So unfortunately, we don't have any UFOs to take a trade on this setup, right? So, and as of right now, at least the way I see it, I don't see any new ones developing in that area. I mean, obviously, we have a pretty strong push up on this 2 minute candle, but I'm sorry, this 21-minute candle, but it just closed this 21 minutes. So, if it was going to create any UFOs, it would have done so right now. Since it did not do so, we're just going to go ahead and skip on this. I'm going to save the workspace again, close it up, and see if there's anything else that may come our way. And right here, we do have a gold near sensible short on the 60-minute time frame. Let's go ahead and open that up. So gold 60-minute is right there. All right, let's go ahead and get this properly scaled. This too. Wow. Okay, so there we are. We have everything set up and loaded properly, but unfortunately, we don't have any red UFOs at this location. And as you see, the moving average is right on the money with the current price. Matter of fact, current price is a couple ticks above right now, above the moving average. But unfortunately for us, we do not have any UFOs. I mean, I'm willing to bet that there was something here, most likely here in this area, if not up here through here, right? The way we can see that is we can see if these orders already got filled by just disabling this hide hit UFOs. You could change this to false and see if there were any UFOs before that, just so you know. And lo and behold, it's right there. Right, this would have been our entry UFO right in this location. Now, obviously, this has been hit. Right, it's been filled. So we're gonna go ahead and turn this back on to true, because we want to get in on UFOs that are not filled, UFOs that have not disappeared. Right, that's our methodology. That's our setup. That's how we trade this plan. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and leave this open just for a little bit longer, just to see if by any chance, if we do get a push down, if we may form some new UFOs right there below. Okay, and guys, I just realized something. Last time, let me just double check this real quick. Uh, last time we did actually have a setup that we were gonna see and take a look at. I'm just going through my through the pictures here. Yeah, no, that one was not incomplete. That one we exited. That one we set up and exit. Okay, so that was fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep on looking. Okay, there it is, gold, kind of showing that negative ATR spread. We did say we saw silver and a 30-year note, so let's go ahead and open up silver and the 30-year note. The 30-year note on the 240 minute, I think it is, that we said. Yes, yep. And then silver on the 240 minute. So let's go ahead. Here's silver on the 240. Does not look like we have US, so we're going to go ahead and do the same thing we did last time with the Dow Jones. We're just going to go ahead and open up the time frames, right? The snapshot that we have here. And we're going to see, where exactly would the 30-year note land when it comes to putting it on the 240-minute time frame. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. So the US 30-year, which is right here, 4181, 987, 987, 233. Okay, and that's the 21 minute with the 240-minute time frame. So let's go ahead and set that up as well. So we're going to change this to the 21 minute. Change this to the 240. Change this one to the 4181. And this one to the 987. Okay, so we got everything loaded up here. Let's take a look and see where we stand. So we have a confirmed up climate, 158.368, which that will coincide with. Actually, no, it won't. I was going to say that'll coincide with this UFO down below here. Um, but let me just double check that real quick. I think it's going to be right on it or below it. And we definitely don't want to do that because I think, yeah, it'll start at 12. So we may miss this by 1/32. Okay, no, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave this open just to see what's gonna happen with it because at the same time, if we're gonna have an update on this climate, I would say in about what is it for the last 4 hours here. So let's take a look at 1 p.m. Okay, so this one just opened up. So no, we won't have an update to this one anytime soon. So I'll leave this open. Obviously, this is a much slower moving market. If it does the moving average, if it does coincide with this 11/30, then that'll be great. But what I think will happen is the UFO the moving average will be at 12/32 instead of 11. Let me just double check that. Um, at 343 right now it's at 368. You know what? I think it will work. Let's go ahead and put this trade on. I think it will work because it will be just I think enough time and space for that to happen. So, and obviously this is a tiny UFO, so we're gonna go ahead and move it to there we go like that to 6/32. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ticks. Right, that's our T1. That's our exit and stop. Um, I'm sorry, actually, it's supposed to be a 16. It's 5 ticks. Now this one moves in 32 bucks. So 32 bucks times, 5 ticks, right? It's 162, I think it comes out to be. So times two contracts is 320, right? So that's still a tolerable risk for me. Let's see, do we have anything up above? Let's take a look here. Auto UFOs, we do not. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and cancel this second target, which incidentally I think I clicked right on the money to cancel it. So we're gonna go ahead and leave this alone. Um, all right, and the first thing we are gonna do right now before we start looking at some other stuff is actually take a quick screenshot of this, so that way we don't forget about it. Right, that's our setup. Moving average is good. Print screen. Save that and put it as 2021 0426 US setup. Okay, and that's that. We got it saved. Everything's fine and dandy. I'm just gonna move this here. Okay, and that should be that, I believe. Okay, here we go. Awesome. Let's take a look at silver. Silver, just actually, before we look at silver, I do want to make sure that I'm looking at the right contract for silver. So, what we're going to do is we're just going to go here and open up barchart.com, take a look at the metals, and just make sure that silver is still on the May contract. As you see, SIK 21. Obviously, the July contract is gaining traction, but it's still about half the volume of the May contract. So we're gonna go ahead and use the May contract, the one that we have loaded right now. All right, let's see where we are here. Rescale this properly. Okay. All right, so we're all good on that. Now let's take a look and see if we have any setups for silver. And from what I see initially, it does look like we will. This 26.16 and 15 looks like is the right location to get in at. Um, just because I don't typically trade silver myself, but if the setup is there and presents itself, I'm gonna go ahead and take it. I'm just gonna go ahead and open up TradingView just so I can calculate uh, the risk accordingly. So I'm just gonna go ahead and load it up here on silver futures. We're looking at the May contract. Okay, so if we were to put a trade on it, we were to buy this UFO is 2616. So if we were to buy at 2616, um, our stop loss would be at 26095. Oops, 095. Okay, so just to make sure, so if we were to buy the 2616 and with a stop at 26095, that's 325. Oh, I just realized I'm not showing you the screen. So if we were to buy the 2616 with the stop at 26095, that's a $325 per contract risk, which is, I would say on the excessive side. So I personally won't be taking this, but this trade does meet the risk parameters. And if you wanted to take it, this will be the setup right here, 2616 to 26095 being the uh, first leg of this order. Okay, now as far as the final target is concerned, we're going to go ahead and look at this 240-minute climate, and does not look like we have anything up there, so that's fine. All right, so let's go ahead and put this trade on here, 2616, and our stop is going to be at 095, so that's 1, 2, 3 below, 1, 2, 3 above. All right, and we're going to go ahead and cancel this trade as well. I'm sorry, the final target. We're not canceling the trade. We're just canceling the final target because obviously, we don't have anything up above that we're seeing on this 240-minute time frame on silver. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and screenshot this trade as well. All right, 2021 04 26, and this is SI setup. All right, the 30-year, as usual and as typical, I would say, it's always a little slower moving. Has not hit just yet. It'd be nice if we could get into any one of these two trades that we set up on here, just so we can showcase the management and how it's supposed to go. Um, as of right now, neither one has hit, but we have had an update to the 15-minute time frame climate. So let's go ahead and see if we have anything. It looks like we might have something here on the Euro contract. Confirmed down climate with a sensible short being called out. So let's go ahead and set that up and open that up rather. Okay, while that's loading, I'm just gonna do a little bit of homework here on my end. Okay, looks like it did load, but there we are. Okay. Just trying to get these set up properly. Most likely because I was zooming into some of these to, set something up and so on, is why they're so kind of out of the way here. But we'll get them going the proper way. Alrighty. Okay, so it's just popping up above on this. It's above the moving average as you see here. I'm just gonna make this a little bigger so I can show it. It's trading above the moving average, as you see right there, and there is a UFO up here. So what could happen right now is the following, right? And this is just a little bit in anticipation. We could see a little bit of a deeper penetration into this UFO and then a pushback down. And then on that pushback down, perhaps we'll see a red UFO form that we will be able to take short on. So as of right now, it's a no trade. Obviously, there's no UFOs at current price, which is where the setup is right now. Looking at this as of right now, we're not gonna pull any trigger or anything like that. But as of right now, we're gonna wait and see if price does push back down and creates a new UFO over here at this exact location where the moving average is. Okay, so that's that for this one. The 30-year not moving a lot as expected. Silver started pushing down, but then resumed. Looks like going towards the upside, so nothing there either. and then nothing has happened with gold either. So, folks, sometimes that's just the days we get. Sometimes it's a little bit slower. Sometimes it's a little bit faster. Um, Let me just close this here. That's just the way trading is. Some days you have 4, 5, 6 trades in a row. Some days you don't have that many trades happen in front of you. That's just the way life is. Um, what matters is that we respect our plan, and we respect our process that we have set up here for ourselves, right? If we try to just to kind of push your way into a trade, or try to force your way into a trade, there's a good chance that you're going to do something wrong, and then you're going to have to mark yourself down when you're logging your trade by saying, hey, I took this trade, I got this result. You might have won, you might have lost money, right? You might have made money, you might have lost money. That's the outcome. But bottom line is, did you respect your process? And if the bottom line is no, then that money, essentially speaking, is money that should be subtracted from your account, right? Because you did something wrong, so rewarding yourself for doing something wrong is not a good thing. It's okay if you want to change your plan, right? It's okay if you want to change some things in your plan, if you want to modify some things, that's quite all right, right? We have a a pretty straightforward template of how we uh, utilize this software, how we utilize the technology that runs in the background. But you can always say, hey, you know what? I'm okay with uh, taking a trade, and before it hits a UFO, right? You might say, you know what, I'll give it a couple of ticks leeway, because more often than not, what happens is my trades, let's say we were taking it short here, all these trades, kind of come very close to here, tick away, and then they move along, which has happened, with us here several times on the channel. So you might say, you know what, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with entering a little bit, before the UFO starts, um, just so I can capture the movement on all these trades that I'm missing, that are working in my favor, right? So it could be something like that. But as long as you actually backtest that rule, and you backtest, what the results might be from that scenario, I would say definitely don't experiment with it with live money. Definitely do it on sim money. That's the first thing. And here we go. Euro just went from a confirmed down climate to an unconfirmed climate. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. That's exactly what I was waiting for. Uh, I was also kind of hoping that we would get another sort of um, sensible long with a confirmed climate, or sensible short with a confirmed down climate. Unfortunately, we did not get that. That's just where where things are right now. From what I can see, silver is coming close to it. Definitely coming close to it. A 30-year note is just kind of doing this thing, dancing around this 158 and a half. Unfortunately, not a whole lot happening for us right now. Bit of a slower day, as it were. Yeah. And then gold is also trading above its moving average, even though it's a confirmed climate. So, um, unfortunately, that's just how it goes. We do see a UFO. I don't believe this one was here. This one just formed. So this might want to keep pushing to the upside. So this climate may become unconfirmed as the market pushes up. I'm seeing an alert on crude oil. Uh, crude oil. Crude oil. Okay, so they're all sensibles, but they're not confirmed climates. So unfortunately, nothing to do there. It's just like I said. Some days we have trades galore, right? Some days we have slower days, and that's okay. it's quite all right. We're not here to break our plan, and we're not here to disrespect our rules. We're here to do exactly the opposite of that, right? We're here to respect our plan. We're here to follow our rules, and on top of that, we need to be, very, very, vigilant with that information, right? We can't just say, okay, well, today I'm going to respect it, but tomorrow I'm not going to. So you just need to follow through on what you make a promise to yourself when you form that plan, when you form that uh, strategy, and you say, okay, this is what I'm going to be doing from now on. And if it's not working, that's okay, guys. I mean, you can back test the heck out of it first, save yourself some time instead of testing it out with live money. On top of that, save yourself some money too. Um, but bottom line is, if what you're working with has you have back tested, and you have been able to see that you have at least some sort of an edge in the market, then it's definitely up to you to kind of put yourself in the driver's seat and make sure you follow through on what you're saying that you're going to do on paper. All right. In the meantime, what I'm going to do right now is actually I'm going to take a look at crude oil on the 15-minute time frame because it keeps popping this sensible long climate. So I just want to see if this were to get confirmed. How would we be looking? Okay, we just got into something. Something just filled. Not the 30. Oh, looks like silver just filled. Okay, good. Good, good, good. There we go. We're in a trade. All right, folks. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to our private channels to go ahead and manage this trade with you guys and gals. Let's go ahead and do that right now. So for those of you following us on the private stream, you'll be able to see this there. For those of you who are joining us on the free channels, this is where the session will end. Thank you very much for joining us. We're gonna go ahead and switch on to this right now. All right, so this should be happening right now. In the meantime, I think